Good morning, everyone. How are you?
Morning.
Good morning. My name is Prumsodun, and I'm standing here with Lino, and we are the co-founders of English for Artists. English for Artists is a collaboration between Salsa Art Projects, Prumsodun and NATYARASA, and also from Khnhom. And today we're very thankful that Counter Space Theater, the theater that they're sitting in, which is owned by Java Creative Cafe, is hosting us, so thank you, Dana. English for Artists is a program to develop the speaking and writing capacities of young artists in Cambodia. So we realized that our young artists don't have the skills to represent themselves on the stage, both internationally and domestically, so we wanted to build their capacity to do that.
Yes, and not only the capacity in English, actually this class also open up worldview in the art world to our students from different disciplines that they observe the world beyond their immediate community. So we hope in that way that they can be more conscious and aware and can participate in a larger context.
So the class ran for 3 months, and we won't say how they've improved or anything. And the work is not our work, so all of the ideas, the work, the concepts behind it are of the artists. So I think I would encourage you to, if you have any questions or if you're interested in someone's work, please ask them. Well, maybe you can talk about how other people might be able to participate in the future.
Yeah, thank you. So English for Artists is one of Salsa Art Project's 3 main education programs, and it's very special because, like Prum said, it's a collaboration between Salsa Art Project with Prumsodun and NATYARASA and Khnhom for this one. But so we have this class every year. So students or artists or creative practitioners in the cultural sector can participate and can apply. Any background are welcome. What we want to, what we are interested in looking for, who are those who are committed to, become an independent creative practitioners, and also those who want to support and nurture in the community whole. Yeah.
So, if you are really curious about how the course has changed or impacted the participants, I encourage you to ask them questions, because I think they're the best marker of the importance of this work. So without further ado, let's get started.
Yes, before that, I just want to take just a minute to thank our supporter, without whom we cannot run this class. I want to thank Rei Foundation, who funded this amazing class. Also, I want to thank Khnhom for hosting this class for 3 months. And of course, I want to thank Dana for hosting our final event tonight. And we have a surprise for you in the middle of the presentation. There will be a special performance. So Lane, can we start the slide for our first presenter? So first, please join us welcome Bu Potida.
Test. Good morning, everyone. Once again, my name is Bu Potida, and this is my pleasure to introduce you guys to the journey of me accepting to becoming an artist. So first slide, I have a picture of my family. I'm sorry, it is not a regular photograph. It is a picture that I drew because my father and my mother moved from Prumsodun province to Phnom Penh, and they started their life there from scratch, from the bottom. So we struggled. So taking photos was not something we did a lot. So my mom, when I was 8 years old, she started to battle with asthma, and my dad had to work really hard to support our family. So everyone was tired, everyone was stressed and abusive. So can you guess which one is me? Correct. Whoever thought the first one was me, yes, and I have had this hairstyle my entire life. I wasn't active, playful, and I loved playing, I loved drawing. But because of our family circumstance, I was forced to stop being a kid and to work more. After my graduation from high school, my dad told me really clearly, Tida, I do not want you to become an artist. I never know any artist who could make a living. I listened to him. I went to university. I studied English for education, just to become a teacher. But the drawing side of me never left me. I kept drawing. This is the two examples of my thousands of examples. And yes, I drew it on my assignment, university assignment. I never cared about study as much as I should have been. And then in the meantime, I got a work as a teacher assistant in an international school. I was supposed to teach only. I did not. I also drew. So people saw my, my passion, so I started to be asked to draw for other classes, also to be involved in a drama club, doing all the crafts. And one afternoon I was sitting, and I was, just thinking to myself, whoa, I've been teaching for 5 years. Is this the life that I want for my entire life? The answer was no. The next thing I did, I went to my boss and I asked if I could work part-time just to discover myself. And she said yes, thankfully. I started drawing, and then I went to an art school. I was introduced to drawing competitions. I joined and I ended up winning. And this one, the first one, is the logo competition. Because I was really new, I had close to no skill. So I used my computer skill from my school, which was Microsoft Office, to design this logo. Ended up winning. And I drew pictures with coffee, just to express myself. I don't know why, but I won again. But I refused to call myself an artist until one day I got a job in an organization working on comic books. Again, I told people, I just drew, but I don't want to call myself an artist. Until one day, an organization approached me and asked me to work on a flip chart for them. I said no 3 times. But at the end of the day, I said yes, I drew for them, they liked it. And that was when I got full pay for my drawing. And then I realized, my dad was wrong. I can make money. So last year, I quit my full-time job to discover more about my drawing side. So I started practicing on different techniques, drawing with pen, with pastel color. The one on the right is, with brush, and could be as wild as using computer mouse, and doing all the dots and lines just to see how much I enjoyed it. And this is our last project. This is also my first project that everything starts from scratch by me. I don't work because my client demands anymore, but this is my idea with a friend of mine. We are working on a book called Golden Girl, to encourage, also to tell girls in Cambodia that yes, they are too valued like gold. They have value in them. It's not done yet, but I'm really excited. And I just want to finish my presentation with an actual photograph. Right now, we all have grown up. Our situation has gotten better, and we afford to take photos. And now you could see that everyone is having a smile, but the girl up there, it's her style, but on the inside she was also happy. And I'm glad that I took this path, and I'm really excited about my journey. I don't know where it takes me, but I'm sure I will not have regrets. Thanks.
Thank you, Sida. So next, please welcome Prumsodun.
Okay. Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
How are you today? My name is Prumsodun. I am 21 years old. I am a fourth year of interior design student at Royal University of Fine Arts, and a photography student of stereo image at the French Institute of Cambodian. I recently graduated from Sasol Art Project's contemporary art class, taught by Mr. Kwaisanan, the co-founder of Sasol Art Project. In my artworks, I mainly focus on people and the environment, express feeling of hesitation, chaos, suffering from loss, and wondering of something that should not happen or exist. So now, let me bring you to the journey of the photography. And it's called The Passengers. The Passengers was a close-up portrait of people with their reaction to me as a photographer and a passengers who asked another passenger to take a portrait of them. There was a story behind the portrait that you can see through their expression in the image. And now, let's have a moment to look at it, and then we move on to another experiment that I made. And another one was my experiment of self-portrait, and it's called Lost. Lost was a self-portrait of me trying to find something that I've been lost for so long until I can't remember what it was in the place where I used to live. A part of my life that I should have had was lost was my father's, who passed away so long ago, until I can't even remember his face, his voice, or the memory of us when he was alive. And now let's move on to my other projects that I made during the Photo Khnhom Festival 2018, Arts Intersection. And it's called The Beauty of the Dirty Waters. Such a beautiful name, right?
Yeah.
The Beauty of the Dirty Waters was inspired by a new version, the photography movement of the new wave that based on of the unexpected of high and low camera angles, which was developed in 1920s. This photographic expressions was my experiment trying to find the aesthetic inside the wastewaters and the garbage in the sewers on purpose to change people's mind who disgusting that place, but seeing the beauty inside of it by trying to find a solution or a new way to develop that place to become a better place. And now let's move on to my other experiment in Stories of Reality. Story of Reality was a set of landscape portraits that I made, was specialized as a stage photography or cinema scene. This storytelling first talk about the connection between human architecture and nature, challenging the viewer's side to get their mind out of a concrete observation to the places and take them to be a more direct and emotional interpretation of a work that says much more than what it shows. Last but not least, I have another experiment that I made during Sasol Art Project's contemporary art class, and it's called Inside a Plastic. Inside a Plastic was a pictorialism landscape of places that being affected by plastic pollution. It was considered as critical issue asking, what will happen when the plastics grow over your body, over your head, obstructing the side of you by its transparency layers? This pictorialism seemed to invoke scenes of blur visions, suffocation as a result, caused by people who do not care about the environment. I want to show humanity the image of our nature and the loss that we experience as a result. With Inside the Plastic, I want to transfigure people's visions, inspire them to reduce and end the usage of plastic. Thank you.
Thank you so much, you guys. So up next, please welcome Khnhom.
everybody.
Afternoon.
Yeah, my name is Good Hoi, and you can call me Hoi Hoi. So cute name. But today I am the full graduate from Royal University of Fine Art in Faculty of Architecture and Urbanism. Today I want to present about my work that have a grand prize in competition that prepared by CSA, Cambodian Society of Architecture. This competition in 2017, and also in architecture that I invent this topic is talking about the gateway to growing core. And what is gateway? The gateway is the place that symbolic by the architecture landmark that welcome the people when they come and make a wish when they live. And then showing about identity of local. And what about the identity of Khmer? I invent from the Khmer motto that everybody know is as in up of the whiteboard that coming from the word kingdom of Cambodia, nation, relation, and king. And what is the soul of this Khmer motto? In Khmer we call Pawachana Chiet, Pradichana Chakamachi, Chiet Sasna, and Pramhasa. And what is the soul of this poem? Is the soul of solidarity of Khmer. And the three main structure that have the nation, relation, and the king is the three main structure to learn that support the kingdom of Cambodia. What happened when the soul of our solidarity was destroyed, or was that we don't know how the meaning and significance of the soul of solidarity Khmer motto, it will become the war that we also know the Khmer rules. So in my mind, in architecture is, and I use the chopstick to invent the three main column to support the circle that represent to the kingdom of Cambodia, and the three main structure inspired from the three chopstick because I have the story behind the chopstick. And as you can see, the line it feels like a roller coaster. Yeah, it depends on Khmer civilization. Depend on the relation. So the timeline is represent to the up and down of Khmer history depend on relation. And as the architecture, as you can see, the gateway have the two mirror style between leg and the hand, because the gateway is coming from the welcome, so it make influenced by two main people make the same picture. As is the ring that I invent represent to the kingdom of Cambodia, it can be we can think from the ram up to the ring for making people to see how when they catching up the top of the ring. And it is the emotion of the space to support the gateway. It have exhibition hall, it have a greenery space, public space, and pavilion, and have a restaurant to support the passenger who coming to visit our gateway. This is the one of another side of my gateway design. In conclusion, I wish that in architecture is not only the word, but the word that we inspiration to the human scape and feeling about it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Hoi Hoi. Next, I would like to present to you Bai Bonarat.
Thank
Hello? Can you hear me? I am from Battambang province. Now I'm living in Phnom Penh. Okay? I graduated from a CUS University in 2011. After that, I interested in graphic design and photography. So I started learning it by myself. So after many years, I'm so lucky that I got scholarship from SASA project, where I studied with the teacher Lim Sokjalina. During my study, I have created two projects. And the first one, I have a small project for my homework and so an exhibition in my very first time. In my project, I work with my best friend. His name is Rei. Yeah, he know about me. And this project called say about me how I have studied, how I study hard. No? The second project, I make the final project for my final class, the country photography class. So in the project, I use photography and digital editing. In the final day of my class coming, we have a group exhibition that's called Sahat or Ko. So let's go with me only 1 minute. I will tell you how Liberty Zone is coming. So in Cambodia between the 1970 to 1974, it was important struggle between Khmer colonial religion. So every province in the Cambodia that Khmer won from the colonial, they called the Liberty Zone. In the Liberty Zone, have 70% that live and then they move to the rural zone because of the airstrike come to bombing almost every week. So on this time, I'm really proud of Mr. Sir that he created learning environment for the student without he care about himself, safe or not. And the children study not easy. Sometimes study under the big house or sometimes study the tree under the tree. During sometimes when they study, airstrike is coming, and then they see they burn our house. Sometimes the airstrike come to bombing almost every day, so they move to the forest and then they live in the forest. The daytime they sleep and the nighttime they work. Okay. Maybe on 1975 coming, the study of the school and the religion. The school and the pagoda finishing on the same day. So, thank you. Thank you so much, Bong Lino and Bong Prum, that grant me, that give me a power and come to speak.
Okay. Thank you, Banarat. So the next person is the last person for the first half for, in our presentation. So please join us. Welcome, Mike July.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello.
Yes, I was born in Khnhom province of Cambodia, and
Today, that is my privilege to standing here, and I would like to tell you the important story. But before I tell you about this story, I would like you to guess what is this. When you see it, how do you think? The object, what is this? Yeah, if no one could answer, I will give you the answer. This is the book. Yeah, and we already know that we use. Go on, slide, next slide.
Yes.
We use our hand to open the book to write the letter, but unfortunately, for the blind people, they use their hand as the line, use their hand like the eye, It means use the hand instead of the eye. So, before I continue, I would like you guys to close your eye and find. Yeah.
Next to you.
Please close your eye, all of you. Yes. Okay. And touch your friend close to you. And tell them that you love them so much, no matter how you don't see them.
I love you.
Love you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much. Continue, please. Yes.
Over here.
In our society right now, I just feel like, yes, the government is so good because they will provide the scholarship for the blind to study without pay any money when they finish high school. But unfortunately, imagine if they try to study for 10 years, for 12 years, when they apply for a job, no one chooses them because to work with the blind people or the disability is very difficult. And it also happened to me. Exactly one of my eye, it has scar, and I can see only 2 centimeters. And sometimes I feel like I'm so ugly. When I apply for a job, it really is very difficult for me to pass it, and I feel like, am I not capable? Yes. And so I also would like to thank for such a project because I can get the scholarship to study photo. So in that photo it also helped me. Can you find me? Yes. Because everything happened for a reason. Because I feel like I also like the same like them, But I'm so blessed that I can see because I can know how the world is used. But maybe they cannot see. You know what? The people was born with both eye blind. They know the light or the day just only like this. But I don't say that it is 100% that they see, but this is what they told me. Yes. And this one, an art. When I was young, I really don't understand because my teacher don't teach me what is an art. My family just told me that I cannot pay the bill. But when I get to study, I just understand that exactly art is so special, it's so expensive. And sometimes we cannot buy that art, Art is not just only the color, it's not only the beauty, but art is like this. Exactly at the moment, it's just the color, the beauty, but the same, but right now it transformed to another one. So I wish you guys give more value to art, and I wish that I can use the art to help the blind people. I wish the art can pay the bill, and that bill is quite more expensive.
That's true.
I don't know how to draw, and I feel like that I don't need how to learn how to draw, but sometimes I can put so many things in one paper, and it will have something special in there. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Eli. Thank you for the presenters for the first half of the session. And as I promised, we have a special performance today, and I'm so grateful. We have an amazing artist and performer who's gonna, sing 2 songs of her favorites. So please welcome Khnhom.
Yeah, you should.
Good morning, and my name is Dia. I am a participant from CSI, and today is really great for me to invite for this event. And then I heard it from just yesterday, and then hello. Okay, so I'm really happy to be here and really interesting in what you were explaining and what you do. And yeah, also as an artist, it's really interesting, and I hope that maybe one day we can work in some project. Okay, so today I'm gonna have 2 songs to perform, and the first song called Jealous. I wrote it by myself. And
Wow.
exactly, everybody jealous, right? But some people they have a limit, and some people they have their own reason. But some people they just put pressure and jealous like without any reason. And that's why I wrote this one. It's just like sometimes it's too much pressure and you have no word to say, and it's just like so complicated. That's why when I have no word to talk to someone, and I wrote the song. Okay. So you think it's okay? I hope. Okay. So hope you enjoy it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Sorry.
That's not my song. Please, one more time.
to do for you.
Okay, and this song is talking about like how we move on, like how we meet a lot of fake people, and finally he was like, I'm alone, it's fine, I'm still alive. Yeah. Can you do from the top? Okay, so this song represents how we enjoyed it. And maybe you can move like a little bit. Thank you. So much you want to find I didn't release yet. Okay, and thank you for supporting and really thank you for inviting me today. It's such an amazing day. I could learn a lot and be careful I can steal something from you. It's not like that. Thank you. Okay, so I have to go and have a good time and yeah, we'll see you guys next time. If you see me, please like, hey!
Yeah.
Remember. You can just say, you meet there.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm really friendly. Thank you, okay?
Thank you, Peter. Thank you. So our next presenter is Rei Foundation.
Okay.
That's the clicker, you guys?
to her.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Morning.
Just so you know, I'm not gonna dance or sing. Actually, I'm gonna do something more spectacular. So brace yourself. To begin with, I'd like to ask a question. How many of you here know how to draw?
A bit.
I have another question for those who didn't raise your hand. What makes you think that you cannot draw?
Because it's bad.
Yeah, I thought so. I think that the factor that make people feel like they cannot draw or don't know how to draw because they have seen what they have created or drawn. It's not good enough to be presented by the public or appreciated. But on the other hand, I also think that any drawing can be a good drawing. As an artist and an architect, I think that drawing is one of the most important visual act of art. And art is always special. As long as it is created with soul, with passion, with effort of an artist. Take a look at this drawing. It's not that good, right? It takes me like 5 seconds to do so I didn't really put my effort into it. And about this one, I made it a little bit better, but still, it's not good yet. And I turned it into this one. And I took time, I put my effort, I put soul into it to create this artwork so that it has soul too. And it is a drawing of an eyes that stare into your soul. And this one is my sketch. It's like it's drawn by a black cat. And if you notice, there's a combination of human head and animals in there. And the more I put effort, the more I look at my drawing, the more I found ways to put sense into it, to make it come to life. And I am also a henna artist. So in most of my design, I always embrace Kabat Khmer. It's like a principle to start with. But speaking of Kabat Khmer, what come up to our mind? Like, what word would be best to describe it? Anyone?
Beauty.
I think that it is calm, it is feminine, it's gentle and pureness. But what's the opposite of it? Like, what word would be best to describe the opposite of it? I think that it is evil, it can be dark, it's violence or even cruelness. So when creating an art, I like to think of the opposite of what my objective is supposed to be, and then I merge them back with my objective so that I can find some contrast so that I can achieve something that is out of the box. So I got this drawing. It is like a human hand, like severely bruises and sutured, yet by a calm Khmer pattern material. And also this drawing is a combination of a religious Khmer with a high-tech robotic look. So I'm trying to find a beautiful sense in two things that is a complete irrelevant. back in architectural field, I am a full-time architect working for 2 years now. I was asked to design a landscape in this long rectangular shape. So I need to put a pathway into it, like a walkway. So instead of breaking those into the same boring grid like this, I break them into a shape like this. And then I turn those three into a platform. And then I start to install some element into it, like a water feature, a bench, a garden. And this is the reality. Not that different, right? Overall, art is important. And art is always special. And everyone wants to be special, right?
Yes.
So start creating your art now. But do it in a way that it come out with soul. That it come out from inside of you. That it come out from your effort. So that it has soul. And art is a break free. Art is an escape. So never afraid to go crazy, but not too crazy. I mean crazy good. So think out of the box, like stand out from the rest of the crowd. And it's okay to be inspired by your singer artist, your favorite singer, your favorite architect. But it's never okay to plagiarize. And I hope that after this presentation you notice me a little bit. And I hope that you're a little bit inspired to create your art from now on. My name is Ratana, and thank you for your time.
All right, thank you, Ratana. Our next speaker is Ron Sopanet.
Good morning, everyone. How are you today? Well, for me, I'm so happy today because I have a chance to present all of you about my topics. I call it Art Path to Peace. Is it a little bit strange? Or it might be not strange. Let's find out what it is. Firstly, I want to talk about Khmer. Almost people here is Khmer, right? So as you know that Khmer art, Khmer cultures, Khmer nation is the country that is rich in cultures and art. So almost of my artwork I have include Khmer taste into my artworks. So let me show you some of my artworks. Can you guess what it is?
Fish.
Yes, exactly, fish. I call it angel fish because I have including some element of Khmer art into it. And this is the combination of circles and points. And this is Khmer classical dancers. After I joined the performance, the pictures is still floating in my mind, and I start to pick the paper up and draw it down. And this little cutie piggy, I made it during my New Year's. And you know what? I am very thankful for these pictures, because when I'm mad or when I'm sad, I just glance into this baby pig. She said to me that you need to calm down, don't need to mad anymore. And for first impression, you may look scary for these pictures, but by adding the colors and the element into it, I can swear this is the very kindest devils ever. This is the integration between Korean and Egyptian devil. It is just a normal picture. It's just only two colors. But if you look into it one by one, you can see the significant place in Cambodia. It was made by pushing the 3D graphics. And also this one is the techniques of the previous pictures. But again, can you guys dance this? I think only Bong Prom in this year I can do this. So as I am very inspired and obsessed in Khmer classical dance, I have turned that costume, the crown, into this building. This building is art theaters, and it's also inspired me by our legendary architect Loktaban Malivan. And this building is one of the building of the projects Railway Preservation and Green Space Development in Phnom Penh. So let's talk about the topic, why art is part of peace. If you look into these two pictures, one is the development projects and another one is the current living. So normally the development project must be affects to the other people living around. So where would they move, where would they go, would they understand about the purpose, or would we explain them well or not? It reminds me one project of summer school. It was participated by Cambodian student and Belgian student. It was talk about how to relocate the people from this railway 30 meter back. Because we got the news that in the short futures, there will be a high-speed train running on this track. And we go to the way at the side and look at their face. They don't understand what is fast-speed trains. Why would they will be dangerous? Or why would they need to set back 30 meters? They talk to us that there was governments and police trying to get them back 30 meters without any explanation. So they don't understand at all why they need to set back. So I think that people is what explanation. So, as you can see, the house and the tracks is so close to each other. It's less than 5 meters, and you can imagine how dangerous it is. So, we go back to the hotel and sit down together to find the solution. What would make people very first approach and get them to know it very soft? So, it's coming in my mind that according to what I have made with Khmer art, and also Ratana has also mentioned in his slide previously, Khmer art is soft, calm, polite, yet strong. So who made Khmer art? Of course, Khmer people, right? So Khmer people must have good heart, calm heart, polite, but they are strong enough. As you know that Khmer nation was invaded many times. People suffered by war, violence, so they don't need this anymore. They deserve peace and love. So why don't we use art to include into the solution, to make them understand it well? So I have come up with this drawing. It's look really kiddie, right? And you might be don't understand what it is. So let me explain it. This is the fence, but unlike the other fence, I have including art into it. I have divided into 3 parts. One is plant and art galleries, another one is entrance, and another one is recycled cinema. Because we use art into the solution, people support and cooperate with us. We make it happen. Especially our target is children. As we know that they love drawing, so we just give them papers, colors, and pencil. And it looks so sad because here is only 5 children, but they keep coming more and more, and we're happy to see this. And not enough, we're promoting them to exhibit their own artwork, to make them feel proud of their artwork. Another thing is to make them recognize and notice that the place where they exhibit their artwork is the place of 30 meter limited line. So, here is the final one, but it's not the original one because I'm not good at keeping file. I have lost it, and I have marked it up by myself. And not enough, we're playing games, we raise activity. And we also play the video on the recycled screen, which is related to the dangers of the trains and the high-speed trains. So they get to know, and we've done it with peacefully, and they start to understand and give value to the 30 meters line which is limited. So for me, to sum up, use art to make people understand is better than use violence. I am Supanat, one of the students of English class, which is taught by my 2 inspired artists, Bong Prom and Bong Lino. Thank you.
Speaker is Prat Dalim.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
We all had different story to tell. Here's my story. When I was young, I always drawing. I like to draw a landscape, a place, a house, and even fashion design. It's illustrated and inspired by my shadow. You see a log with the 2 heads at the top, facing each other to represent justice and fairness. But meaning with 2 heads on the top sounds funny, right? But it told me that I love to produce things in my creativity and imagination. So here I am, a 3-year student in literature, and I also study art and contemporary art as a subject. My first body in school is the house where I studied family. I started with what I want to do. I love swimming, so I put a pool in the resort. I see myself sitting in the balcony listening to music in a book. I see my mom standing in there in the morning looking at the greenspan, looking at the water. So, above all, I create a place that I want to live in. I had so much fun designing this one because I was trying to create a place that could make my heart happy. I put myself in that chair, and then I tried to create a feeling that I want to have. So, architect is the first person to lead in the spectral design. This is my most favorite project is to improve market construction. I like to turn an object into a building. And this is where the idea came from my book test. I keep staring at it and I try to get a place that I want to see. But the idea didn't come that easy, and there is three things that I give. First is belief, second is long thinking, and the third is follow the flow of my imagination. Why? Belief is the most important thing, right? Because belief is the start of something. If you don't believe that it could be something, it will never be something. In my idea, if you believe in something that no one don't believe, you will do things that no one don't do. You will see something that no one don't see. And at the end, you are expressing yourself. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about my architectural study in the market. When I was through the market, I have seen that it has not enough line and ventilation. So I want to remove all the blockage. Inside and outside space is supposed to engage each other. It is somehow making the interior space become a good space because all is surrounding. I also do the hot light map in the building form and the shape of the wall. Each tall one is designed to protect the other one from the sun heat. And all kinds of wall, we are reducing the heat from coming directly to the building. I have stressful place. I put all the activity to the roof. People can see everything up there. Everyone, especially old people, they need a place to do inside. They need a place to take a breath. So, people run around the circle, communicate with strangers, neighbors, or with children. This is a place that I want to see. Anyway, that freedom is started to lost. I applied for a job. I had an owner that tell me what to do before I even speak. I had a boss that tell me to make it fast, tell me to care about the market. And at the end, I follow what you told me to. Because it saved me from getting blamed, it saved me from getting rejected. And I started to feel unhappy. I don't want to be an architect anymore. Until I learned art. Art supported me to be who I am again. I found my freedom again. I use all these materials for construction. Now I use it to make artwork for many reasons. First is, I believe that everything has the ability to express. So, I just want to do with what I have and with what I can do. I take one charcoal, I look at it in detail, and I feel like charcoal is a symbol of death, or the powerless one. I put it together with another scaffold material to see what it could do to each other, what it could speak to each other. I would love to say that I use nature to represent nature. I will tell you what I mean. I see every piece of rock as millions of people one over another. I stack them together with concrete. I take the rock and the concrete with my bare hand. Then I got a feeling. What is the concrete? Represent power and wealthy. What is someone wanted so much and end up drowning themselves in that, forget about the living. So it isn't that a nature or a business. I continue with this material to create another each one. With all the processing, I use my soul, my story, and my imagination to create all of it. So, before the end of my speech, I would like to ask, how many of you are architects? And How many of you are architect and artists? Artist and architect. But in the past, architect were artists, artists were architects. But right now, they are completely separated. So I feel like they talk the heart of the architect. I'm here today not to talk about myself, but to share my experience. Art give me the definition of freedom. Art support me to be who I am. Art give me the urge to be myself. So I want all the architects to learn art, to live with us. Thank you.
Speaker is Prat Dalin.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
We all had different story to tell. Here's my story. When I was young, I always drawing. I like to draw a landscape, a place, a house, and even fashion design. It's in a dress inspired by my shadow. It's in a log with with two heads at the top, facing each other to represent justice and fairness. But meaning with two heads on the top sounds funny, right? But it told me that I love to producing things with my creativity and imagination. So here I am, a fifth-year student in literature, and I also study art and contemporary art as a psychologist. My first role in school is the house where I studied family. I started with what I want to do. I love swimming, so I put a pool in the resort. I see myself sitting in the balcony listening to music in a book. I see my mom standing in there in the morning looking at the green space, looking at the water. So, above all, I create a place that I want to live in. I had so much fun designing each one because I was trying to create a place that could make my heart happy. I put myself in that chair, and then I tried to create a feeling that I want to have. So, architect is the first person to lead in the spectral design. This is my most favorite project is to improve market construction. I like to turn an object into a building. And this is where the idea came from my book test. I keep staring at it and I try to get a place that I want to see. But the idea didn't come that easy, and there is three things that I give. First is belief, second is long thinking, and the third is follow the flow of my imagination. Why? Belief is the most important thing, right? Because belief is the start of something. If you don't believe that it could be something, it will never be something. In my idea, if you believe in something that no one don't believe, you will do things that no one don't do. You will see something that no one don't see. And at the end, you are expressing yourself. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about my architectural study in the market. When I was to the market, I have seen that it has not enough light and ventilation. So I want to remove all the blockage. Inside and outside space is supposed to engage each other. It is somehow making the interior space become a good space because all is surrounding. I also do the hot light map in the building form and the shape of the wall. Each tall one is designed to protect the other one from the sun heat. And all kinds of wall, we are reducing the heat from coming directly to the building. I have stressful place. I put all the activity to the roof. People can see everything up there. Everyone, especially old people, they need a place to do inside. They need a place to take a breath. So, people run around the circle, communicate with strangers, neighbors, or with children. This is the place that I want to see. Anyway, that freedom is started to lost. I applied for a job. I had an owner that tell me what to do before I even speak. I had a boss that tell me to make it fast, tell me to care about the market. And at the end, I follow what you told me to. Because it saved me from getting blamed, it saved me from getting rejected. And I started to feel unhappy. I don't want to be an architect anymore. until I learned art. Art supported me to be who I am again. I found my freedom again. I use all these materials for construction. Now I use it to make artwork for many reasons. First is I believe that everything has the ability to express. So I just want to do with what I have and with what I can do. I take one charcoal, I look at it in detail, and I feel like charcoal is symbol of death or the powerless one. I put it together with another scaffold material to see what it could do to each other, what it could speak to each other. I would love to say that I use nature to represent nature. I will tell you what I mean. I see every piece of rock as millions of people one over another. I stack them together with concrete. I take the rock and the concrete with my bare hand. Then I got a feeling. What is the concrete? Represent power and wealthy. What is someone wanted so much and end up drowning themselves in that, forget about the living. So it isn't that a nature or a business. I continue with this material to create another each one. With all the processing, I use myself, my story, and my imagination to create all of it. So, before the end of my speech, I would like to ask, how many of you are architects? And how many of you are architects and artists? Artists and artists. But in the past, architects were artists. Artists were architects. But right now, they are completely separated. So I feel like they talk the heart of the architect. I'm here today not to talk about myself, but to share my experience. Art gives me the definition of freedom. Art supports me to be who I am. Art gives me the urge to be myself. So I want all the architects to learn art, to live with us. Thank you.
Yes, much say a lot.
Hello. So, Seirot is name given by my cousins, which means freedom and jewels. This name has shaped the perception toward my life directions that freedom is one of the most precious things in my life. However, there's something drawing me back. It's the environment where I'm living. It's a toxic environment. And so, of course, we are free to breathe, but sometimes we can't breathe. And in 2018, I started working on a project which is called Contemporary Black. So this project was aims to explore the different causes of air pollution inside Phnom Penh. Phnom Penh. Yes. So there are three main causes. The first is mobile sources. Our car, our motorbike. Stationary sources, the factories and construction, whether it's a street construction or road constructions. And other contributing factors may include a domestic burning, tobacco smoking, open sewage, and in short, our behavior. Have you ever noticed that even the way you ride your motorbike faster can lead to air polluted environment? Because if you have noticed it is. After several months I've been working on that project, I want to do something more positive for a positive result. And so at the same year, I started a project again, which is called What Will Primary School. So, What Will Primary School? So What Will Primary School, just to give you an idea of what it is a school located in Siem Reap. It's regarded as a role model school in that particular area, as well as across the country. So when we were young, we would write a white paper. Everything around us can be our teacher, whether we can see or cannot see abstractly. Our teacher here our people we meet can be our greatest lesson at any turning point in our life. And I feel so much grateful about that. I feel grateful for what I've been done somehow. I'm sad sometimes, but still I am so grateful to meet those people. I find that their presence is true presence. Without them, there's no me this day. And so in between 2018 and 2019, I was working on another project, which is called Gratitude. So Gratitude, thanks for Sasa projects for their like scholarships, and we were able to reuse our work. It's an experiment photos, like series of portraits, laying on top of one another. So the motion of this creation was to understand or to explore an early age kid to the elderly citizen, how they value their life. So after this project, I still find life is like a journey of explorations, endless learning. So something drawing me back. It's about traveling. It's about nature. So this is me inside the forest, and I'll take you there. There should be sound going on. So after college, I was not sure whether I want to go for photography or filmmaking. If you have noticed, from the very first slide I had, I stated as like a filmmaker as well. And so for this several months, years, I also worked for like in a few documentary films as well. And these are some clips that
bạn bóng nhà đây còn cho Simon tay thì cho Simon để Simon và cái sáng này đã tạo ra cái sáng
For those who came before me, have been fighting in so many different wars. Here we are. This generations are responsible for the next generation. As one generation say, if you have the opportunity, you should make the most of it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you everyone. So that's all of our
Yes.
Sorry, it becomes mine again. Sorry, like for all of us, and we have a small clip for our teacher. You know what? I have a lot of things to talk about the class. I feel so grateful to be part of Earth, and that's a lot to say about it. But for this moment, you know what? During class, sometimes like goosebumps, sometimes I feel so sad, teardrop. I've been so inspired by you. It's just like I have been looking for class a lot, and now it's time to an end. I would like to say I love you so much.
Hello, Paulino and Bro. First, I would like to say thank you to myself, not yet for you.
for making the best decision in life by choosing to study in here. 3 months were very short, but it was such a good experience and good memories. I know that the words, the advice, the care that you brought to me is something that I will never get in anywhere else. You are the most beautiful people that I have met, and you will be remembered in my heart forever. I know that you try to make sure that we will choosing the right path in life. You try to save us from the best thing we live in. And thank you was not enough. I love you.
Hello all, only know in Mong Prom. Today I stay here to give you a big thank you from me for teaching us with your kindness and mindfulness, and to make me be able to write about my artist statement and use my voice to present about my artwork. And one more thing, thank you Bong for always bring us to eat delicious food during the lunch break. Thank you so much. Thank you.
So long. I just like to say that everything that I received from our class is beyond my expectation. When I saw your advertisement, I saw, oh, okay, English for artists. So all I expected was just to learn English, but it's more than that. I received more than that. I received friendship. My eyes are open even bigger to the art world. Now I know more than I did before, and all thanks to you, to Bong Lino, to Bong Prum, and all the friends around me. So I really value this experience. Thanks so much for allowing me to come to this.
For me, this is beyond English class. You both is not hesitate to teach us. You share, you not hide. Just one question, but this a long answer. And thanks for your sacrifice. And I will remember this class. We all families. Thank you.
Hello, Bong Lino and Bong Prum. Beyond me, I feel so sad that this class so quick to end. But you know, just only one day teacher is like a forever teacher. And exactly, I used to see Bong Prum on YouTube, and I feel like he is so absolutely amazing. And I really want to see you my face to face. And right now unbelievable that I can study with you, you know. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, thank you so much, Bong, for all your teaching us and your guiding us. And like, we are not your student, but we are your brother and sister. Like, we are one family in an artist.
Yes, so Bong. So I'm the latest one to register. So I had one of the best opportunity of my life to get in your class. And I see that English for Artists is an eye-opener. Until that I attend the class, that I know that how little I know about art. And most importantly, I was taught by two of the most inspiring people I've ever met. So I'm thanking you so much, and I would like to cheers to both of you, and cheers to our young artists. Woo!
Why did I need a drink now? Okay, so as you saw, all of the presentations, that's all words written by the young artists themselves, you know, so we don't force them to say anything, we don't tell them what art should be or what they should make art about, you know, really, we're really more kind of trying to open up their world, you know, giving them, helping them to find the words, helping them to find the ideas, but ultimately the journey that you guys have taken is ultimately your own, you know. So if you have any questions, you know, for either of them, because they're at a very early stage in their work, so it's ripe for collaboration, it's ripe for getting them to make something for you. And so I encourage you to speak with them, and thank you guys so much. Congratulations.
Thank you everyone for your excellent presentations. So I would like to take this opportunity to tell you just a minute about a new opportunity at Salsa Art Projects. We are opening an application for a new class called Contemporary Art, and actually two classes, Contemporary Art and Photography class. So Contemporary art classes are for those who are interested to explore different mediums in their practice. Whereas photography class is specific to photography as a medium. So if you see yourself as a focused practitioner on photography, you may apply for that one. But if you see yourself as more like, multimedia practitioners, or you want to explore another way to incorporate, your different, mediums together, you can also explore in the contemporary art class. And actually, the deadline is tomorrow. We have quite, some weeks, but the deadline is tomorrow. So just want to say a little bit how the class, entails. So one is the class will help you to develop your new work and consolidate your practice, while at the same time is to build your critical knowledge. A critical knowledge that encompasses different disciplines that help you deepen and strengthen your practice as a critical practitioner. Yeah? So you don't need a lot. One, your CV. Two, example of your artworks. And three, one-page motivation letter explaining why you're interested in this class, how you see this sort of like fit in your practice, and sort of a sense of plan what you want to make, in your art practice. Like my ambition, I want to do this, something like that. Yeah. So easy, simple. Three things we needed. Send it by tomorrow night. Anyone from any discipline are all welcome. Okay, so now
Maybe next year, just next
Yeah.
year. If you're interested in participating in English for Artists, or if you know of someone that this would be good for, as you heard, yes, the focus is on learning English, and you learn it through projects. So you learn how to write a CV, you learn how to write a bio, you learn how to research grants, you learn how to write a grant proposal, you learn how to come up and speak in front of people. If this will be good for you, or if you know someone that it will be good for them, let them know that in the next year we'll likely have this class as well. And we're always looking for young, talented, open-hearted, curious, and committed people to join the class. Thank you guys.
Thank you so much. So now we come to a particular. Well, thank you for the emotional video I did. But now we come to a time for you. So Lina, can you help bring out the certificates? From heaven. So okay, so first, please, congratulations to Bu Potida. Where's the class?
Pictures. I don't know.
Prumsodun ấy. 1, 2, 3
Next, congratulations to Khoi Hui or Hoi Hui.
Bên camera Prum Người này, người kia
Next, congratulations to Kong Sidan.
Một hai ba bốn.
Thank you. Next, congratulations to Mike July.
Sao chứ?
Thank you. You want to give some? Oh, sure. Next, we have Ron Sopanet.
Bóng châu kiện tích mà hai phiếp sắp snan.
Alright, and next we have Bai Bonarat. Bai Bonarat.
Học nghe tích tới. Okay.
Alright, and our next lucky person is Rat Bonratana.
Okay.
And our next person is Mech Sederat.
Bóng đi nấu. Job of more back.
And last but not least, Prat Dalin.
Bóng mới camera.
Right. Oh, Meta coming.
Thầy được thọ thái ở đảo ấy nè. Đấy.
Yes.
Yeah, they come around.
10, 2, 3, 6 nhé. Freestyle.
Freestyle không?
Freestyle.
Kenya and Powerful Theater, Power Creator Cafe. Thank you, Nathan, the Khnhom. Thank you, Bambino, and Salsa Art Project. Thank you, myself. Also, thank you guys for coming and supporting us in the morning. Have a good day, everyone. Thank you.
Everyone, well done!
Everyone, to the park!
Con một lần nữa.
Đi xuống rồi.
Cái hai hỏi. Thank you guys so much for coming, everyone. Also, thanks to our special appearance here.